Good morning or good day, traders. It's Tuesday, 6th of March 2018. Welcome, like every day, to Real-Time Daily Trading Ideas. We have 5 days a week, 5 different traders. We will speak about trading ideas, strategies, market screening, and maybe 1 or 2 questions from your side directly answered in our webinar. Our goal is quick and smart, but for that daily, so let's have a nice quick start like every day. And of course, like every day, we will start with our risk disclaimer. Forex and CFDs are leverage products and can result in losses that exceed your deposits. If you're a starter, please start with a demo account and make yourself familiar with long trading, short trading, leverage trading, and your personal risk management. If you'd like to read the full risk disclaimer, just visit one of our web pages, for example, admiralmarkets.com, and everything will be displayed there. This is me. I'm talking from the Berlin office of Admiral Markets. We are a big global company, so I'm the Berlin guy. My English is made in Germany, but hopefully my quality too, but I'm not the main speaker. The main speaker is the day trader of today. This is our scheme. On Monday, it's Jay's day. On Tuesday, it's Paul's day. This is an old slide. Usually in the past on Wednesday, it was Mike's day, but Mike left us and we have a new day trader. For Wednesday, it will be Giancarlo, and tomorrow we will have the picture, of course, of Giancarlo, so that is an old slide. On Thursday, it's Nenad's day, and on Friday, it's DAX day. Our leading day traders live. Today's actions are tomorrow results. Yeah, and of course, we would be happy if you like to trade Forex and CFDs. If you do it with us, many benefits you only get with Admiral Markets. For example, choosable leverage. For example, MT4 and MT5. You can choose which version of the MetaTrader you like to use. Forex level 2 market test with MT5. Mini lot trading. And of course, great spreads. One of our best sellers is the DAX 30 index CFD, just typically 0.8 points during the main trading hours. Check all the details out at admiralmarkets.com if you like. There you will find also something about our regulatory background and of course how to contact us, call us, send us an email, or visit YouTube or Facebook. All the other channels from Admiral Markets are linked there. So coming to the day trader of today, this is Paul. Paul has today some issues with his home internet, so he's going to an internet coffee. Maybe we have some background noise from the coffee, but we don't mind. Just as an information, let's make the best and try it. Hi, good morning, Paul, and thanks that you are so quick and flexible to go to the internet cafe. So let's have a look and check it.
Good morning, everybody. I hope you can hear me. I hope you can hear my screen. The internet, ladies and gentlemen, it allows us to have a lot of location independence, and which is a great thing. The bad thing is that. Very when that internet fails, we have to do what we have. So this morning I've had to decamp to an internet cafe, which has suddenly just started to have a child meeting in here. So I feel like the Pied Piper of Hamelin here, sort of trying to do my trade analysis. But there you go. This is the markets wait for no one, and we make the best with what we can. So hopefully you can see my screens and you can hear my voice. We've had an interesting couple of days. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about the Canadian dollar and why that's not something we've touched upon in the past. And what we're going to do is effectively have a little look at the old sort of favorites, and then basically move and look at the Canadian dollar. So let's have a little look at the favorites, starting with the DAX. As Jens said, there's some great opportunities for trading in the DAX. It's a very popular instrument for Admiral Markets, and here we are on the daily chart of the DAX here, and we can see that we actually made a lovely double bottom here. A lovely double bottom. It would appear that around about the 11,900 level is a significant support level, a very significant support level. And we had a real bullish sort of engulfing candle there, a key reversal candle, and that invariably price has kind of rallied its way up there from there. So what I'd be looking to do is that this is on a trade idea for today, but I'll be watching to see how that price reacts to the 50-period moving average on the 4-hour. Wouldn't surprise me if price actually came back down and maybe retested that 11,900 level, and I'd be kind of interested to see that. I think a bit of that DAX is about, of course, the Merkel has announced that they managed to form a coalition government, and so there's a little bit of a breather of a sigh of relief, and we've had a little bit of a dead cat bounce there. So just keep an eye on that. It's not a trade day, but something for you to keep an eye over the next day. Watch up to the 50, watch it come down and reach that 11,900 level again, and that might be an area to have a view on it with regards to a future trader. Euro sterling. Well, this is where I'm going to have a look at a trade for us. What we've got is we talked about how price has sort of been respecting that 87.50 level to the south, and then invariably we had this kind of sort of descending trend line that we talked about a week ago. And actually what had happened is, we broke through there last week. You can see there we broke through there, closed above it, came back up and retested it. And now what I see is that we have a line here, the daily 200 period moving average, okay? We have sort of that descending trend line. We've already touched it once. And so the late great Johnny Cash, the singer, he penned a great song called Walk the Line. And what we're going to do here is we're going to do the same here with our trade. We're going to walk that line. I think we're going to see sort of a retest of that, and it wouldn't surprise me if we had a retest of there before pushing back up to retest that highs there at around 90. So we're going to have a little bit of a trade there, okay, just in front of that trend line and daily 200 around about the 88, 85 level, and then with a stop around about just beneath that 20, which is around about sort of 88.50 level. Which gives me about 35 pips of trade risk, and then I'm actually just going to have my target just in front of that kind of 90 level, just a little bit in front of it, about 88, 90, and there we have a long trade to test and walk of that line. And what we're looking there is then basically we're risking trade risk to actually generate about 105 possible profit risk, 3 to 1. As you might be able to hear in the background, the people are clapping because they clearly, they clearly like my trade review there. So the sort of the local populace are clearly keen traders of euro sterling also. But there you go. Keep an eye on that. Okay, we've broken that. We've seen euro strength come back into the picture. The sterling is a little bit weak at the moment, and so we're looking to just trade and flow with that. One of the final things just to have a quick look on is, what we see is that, euro yen here, okay, I was looking to have the euro yen trade. What is this an indication of? This is euro weakness, yen strength. And that has been the picture. That's been the main story, yen strength, okay. We had a break beneath the daily 200. We came back up here to retest. And this is just another version of that, that sort of price reacts around that daily 200 period average. And what we have is that, I was looking at for an earlier trade, okay, unfortunately sort of triggered off very first thing this morning, and very as it sort of pushed back to that level, and then it's rolled off there again. What I'd be watching here, traders, is that to see that we have maybe a push down to this particular level, okay? I'll be watching down to see how it moves down to this 50 period moving average, and then to see how it reacts there. If I get bullish price action there, well then what we might be doing is maybe see we might get a reaction up here, okay, back up this level. So this kind of area about 130.40 is the interesting area that we're watching at. That would give us a significant higher low as well to move towards, and that's what we'd be looking at. So just keep an eye on that and just work it, just watch that. That will probably play out over the next day or two, just to be able to watch and see how that works. So that's the euro, but what I wanted to talk about a little bit was about the Canadian dollar. Why am I interested in the Canadian dollar? What's it's come about? Well, I was doing a TV piece on trading last week and talking about an element of dollar strength, but also about how we were seeing some Canadian weakness, all right? And invariably that has just continued out. I'll just quickly show, I've talked about it every week, and I do a little bit of a study of myself just across all the major currencies, and then invariably working out where's the weak, where's the strength. And at this moment, Canadian dollar is bottom of the pile, absolute bottom of the pile, and that's what we look at, okay? So we're going to talk a little bit about EURUCAD, okay? So we'll have a little chat about that. But when CAD is the bottom of the pile, what it means is it's getting beaten up by everybody, okay? It's the sort of the I'll not be terribly weird, but it's a sort of kind of the whipping boy of the markets at the moment. And what I just want to show is that here we go. I've talked about this in the past. I have just a profile set up here for Canadian dollar. Here's EURUCAD. Here's pound against CAD, Aussie against CAD. Let's put that onto the daily. And then we also have Kiwi CAD, CAD against the Swiss franc, CAD against the yen, and dollar against the CAD. And I have gold here, which is important, and also oil as well. So hopefully you can see just even from the daily charts there, what we've had is just for the last month, and in particular the last week, Canadian dollar has been absolutely, it's been hammered. Right, so it's been hammered. It's been sold off across the board. It's the weakest of the lot. So I want to join with that and work with that rather than work against it. What I'm looking at is a case of, where have there been the opportunities to me to get on board that trade? So, remember I talked about buying strength, selling weakness, all right? Well, the two strongest currencies we've had have been the CAD yen and the CAD Swiss. We've had yen and Swiss franc is very strong, okay? CAD and also Aussie dollar is weak. If I just look at CAD yen here, hopefully you can see that's the daily chart. That has just basically been one-way traffic for the last 5 weeks, okay? And that's what we want to do. We want to wait and be patient for trends like that. I had a little bit of a trade set up, but it sort of shot off this. This morning here. What I was looking at is a case of this is kind of like a compression wedge, all right? It's like a little bit of a flag, and for traders, what you can look at is a counter trend line. When you're in a really very, very strong trend like that, you can have a look for a pullback and then look for their sort of a strong trend line to be broken, and there we have them. We've rolled down there again, okay? So unfortunately that had already triggered off very, 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 very early this morning, but it's a pattern that will play out again and again. Whatever you're looking to trade, wherever there is a trend, look for these flag patterns, compression wedges, okay? Counter trend line breaks that invariably just give you the opportunity to sort of take a trade and a chance to actually join the trial. So we had a sort of a question about EURUCAD. Well, EURUCAD has been an interesting one. Here's the daily chart here. What we've had is, we had once again, see how price bounced off this 200 period moving average on the daily chart. We put in a nice morning star, and price just moved all the way up. Interestingly, on Sunday evening, I was a shorter of the EURUCAD, okay, as a trade on a Sunday evening as the markets opened, and we had a move into the sort of the lows there, and then invariably we had to reverse our position and be long EURUCAD here. Once again, we had a little bit of a pullback. Okay, we had effectively a case of a morning star formation, which gave us the opportunity to run north. And that's what we're looking to do. Find a strong trend and then look for opportunities to sort of get long on a pullback. And if I just show you here, okay, that is kind of my sort of favorite sort of trading style to sort of join a trend. Examine the trend, find out which is strong, which is weak. In this case, euro is strong, Canadian dollar is weak. I only want to be a buyer of this, and then wait for that pullback. You can see the pullback ended by pin bars, and then we'll price and we'll move north, okay? And that's what we've done. And now we're up here at this 160 level. And so if I just look at this and zoom out a little bit, we can see here we had a reaction last time, and that's what I'd be just watching at the moment. We had a reaction there last time at 160, all right, and we had a little bit of a pullback off there. So what I'd be waiting for here is, as always, just looking to see how price reacts. How does price react to this particular level? Does it sort of get above here and hold on a daily and weekly chart, in which case that is very bullish euro, very weak Canadian dollar? Or does it, do we actually see it up to that level and then invariably it roll away? We can see on the monthly chart that, this is the first time we've had real strong close up here, okay? Last month, we've not really closed that strongly up there for 5-6 years. So we are up, trading at sort of highs here, and I'll just say, just keep an eye on that. For those of you who are interested in EURUCAD, just keep an eye on that. You can see there's a little bit of a reaction there. It wouldn't surprise me if we had a little bit of a roll back to sort of the 50 period moving average, okay? There'll be some people who've taken profits at 160 level, and then actually we'll see if it just reverses and runs its way up. So I hope that gives you a little bit of insight on the EURUCAD and answers your question. Let's have a little finish with a little bit of a sort of a trade on dollar CAD. Okay, we've had a push here at a daily chart. Dollar strengthening. It's not strong, but it's strengthening, and it showed us that the Canadian dollar was enormously weak. So we've pushed up here, and I maybe a little bit of a kind of a double top forming there. Okay, on the shorter time frames. And what I'd be looking to do is, as an aggressive trader, is effectively, let me just go back up to that 15-minute chart, is, I would have been looking to see was there an opportunity to sort of, on an intraday, take a short trade back down to this level. This is a level that probably interests me here. What I'd be looking at is, once again, we've got dollar strengthening, CAD weak. So as price maybe rolls down to here where the 50 is and where we've had the strong moves down back into an area where there's clearly demand, what I'd be doing, looking to sort of just take, an opportunity to buy into that. So getting in, looking around about, you know, the sort of 129.70, just underneath that 129.70, 128.68, with a stop just beneath it, and then looking to sort of try and assault the new highs there. Okay, trying to assault the new highs just in front of that 130 level. Remember, big round numbers, the psychological numbers, they become like a magnet, and they invariably sort of make a move there. You know, the price gets sort of rallied and moved towards there because there's always lots of orders there. So there's a little sort of intraday trade to keep yourself to watch out for today. We've got a few minutes left. If you can actually still hear me above the hubbaloo in this cafe, then I'll happily take any questions you might have. Once again, I apologise for my audience, okay, in the background, but there we go. That's the world of the internet that we live in.
Yeah, just once again, we set it to the start of the webinar. Paul had today some issues with the home internet, so he just went flexible to the next internet coffee. That's why we have some background noise. Sounds like lots of fun there, so have fun later after the webinar. And some questions about EUROCAD, Euro Canadian dollar. Please take a look to that. It's a request from one of our participants. Euro Canadian dollar, please.
Yep, so that's what we've just had a quick look at. Jens, as I said, it would be up to 160. 160 is the kind of the key kind of level there. And, you know, as I said, I'd be sort of just looking, maybe it wouldn't surprise if we fell back to the 50 moving average before assaulting back up there. Okay, that's what I'd be looking at. You know, we want an opportunity to buy euro strength and sell Canadian dollar weakness, and that's I'm looking for a little bit of a pullback into this zone area here. Okay, and looking, you know, what I'd be doing is just, you know, looking at areas there. Okay, just, you know, terminal on to give just a fantastic piece of kit from Admiral, the Supreme Edition, to put that in, and then invariably just look to sort of have a buy just around the 50-period moving average, stop just beneath it, and then assault the back to assaulting that kind of 160 level there. That's what I'd be looking for as a shorter term trade on the EURUSD. And if it gets above there and closes on daily and weekly charts, well, that's a very, very bullish sign for euro and very weak bearish sign for the Canadian dollar. I hope that helps, Jens.
All right, and then a question from another participant. What period for moving average you use?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, you know, I normally explain. I apologise, Ben. It's the what I use is very, very simple. You can hear. Hopefully, you can see the daily chart here. The blue is a 20-period simple moving average. The red is the 50-period, and the green is a 200-period moving average. Very simple. Nothing exotic about it. Just, you know, I just use them to give me an indication of trends and or strength for trend, and also give me an indication of areas of dynamic support and resistance.
Great, so I thank you for today. Tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow we have the premiere of our new day trader. Every Wednesday it will be Giancarlo. Maybe you hear it from the name. He will be maybe have an Italian accent, but we are international and we are having offices everywhere in whole Europe. So from tomorrow, Giancarlo, I hope you can join him to the same time tomorrow. Have a nice day. Good trades. Greetings from Berlin office. Bye-bye.